புதுச்சேரியில் சட்டப்பேரவை தேர்தல் பணிகள் குறித்த ஆலோசனை மேற்கொண்ட இந்திய தலைமை தேர்தல் ஆணையர் நசீம் சைதி தற்போது செய்தியாளர்களிடம் பேசி வருகிறார். அதன் நேரடி காட்சிகளை பார்க்கலாம்.
Undue and excessive expenditure on election management, on election campaigning. They have brought to our knowledge the distribution of cash and freebies, gifts, liquor is going on and must be stopped. And they have also informed that cash is also being distributed through self-help groups and certain other organizations. They have requested that surveillance needs to be stepped up even in interior areas. It has also been brought to our knowledge that laborers who are being engaged with the Manrega program are belonging to a particular political party. They have requested that to curb this excessive expenditure, number of squads should be increased and adequate staff should be ensured. They have also required effective action on the part of enforcement agencies, particularly income tax. It has also been brought to our knowledge that there are examples of misuse of official facilities and official cars by political people who are occupying certain positions in certain organizations, and they are misusing these facilities for election campaign purposes, and they have requested us to check. Some party has also requested that medical relief fund should be made available to needy persons, and there should be an alternate mechanism. The Commission is considering it, and an alternate mechanism is being evolved during election period. Some requested to extend the conversing time up to 10 p.m. Parties have also demanded to look into the appointments of casual and contractual workers, particularly after MCC period, and even the ones which have been made soon before the imposition of MCC guidelines. And they have also requested that permissions for party purposes, meetings, etc. must be granted within time. Then with regard to certain personnel, political parties have brought to our knowledge that transfer of police officials in particular, which were done before the announcement of election, needs review. They have also told us that certain appointments have been made after MCC, they must be revoked. They have also raised the issue of some officials holding dual position while working for election as well as for government position, and this must be reviewed. The Commission is reviewing it. On the law and order front, political parties have raised the issue that vulnerable polling stations need to be reviewed, and some very effective action needs to be taken against intimidators. We have asked authorities to do the same. They have also asked that such voters must be given full protection and they should not be intimidated by any rowdy person. On the electoral roll related matters, political parties wanted wide publicity of our election related officials, and have also drawn our attention that use of bogus ration cards should not be used for bogus enrollment. They have also demanded that on the polling day, no person other than the authorized, including police personnel, should enter the polling booth under any condition. And they have also demanded basic minimum facilities, particularly for disabled people and senior citizens. We have taken note of all these their suggestions, and we are going to take action, and we have assured them that the Commission will ensure and take all steps that the elections are fair and free. Now we would like to inform through media the following action that that are being proposed. On the line order front, as you know, we are committed to conduct the elections in a very conducive environment. So far, 132 vulnerable hamlets have been identified. 132
Hamlets.
Yes, hamlets have been identified where weaker sections are living, and 19,000 persons have been identified who are vulnerable or likely to be intimidated. But the Commission has directed police and our district election officials to further review these numbers and identify further which other hamlets are to be classified under these categories. We have also asked that there should be comprehensive security plan, particularly at the booth level. And we would like to inform you that this time the deployment of central paramilitary forces will be higher than last time. And we cannot share the numbers, but it will be higher than last time for area domination, for route marches, confidence building measures, and advanced surveillance of vulnerable locations. All vulnerable polling stations will be covered by central paramilitary forces. Central paramilitary forces will also be deployed as quick reaction teams so that they can promptly reach any point or any place where there is some trouble or voters are getting intimidated. All polling stations will be covered by webcasting. So this territory will be the only territory where 100% webcasting will be done at polling stations. Then certain preventive actions have been taken with regard to non-bailable warrants, seizure of liquor, explosives, etc. However, the Commission has directed all the authorities that action on the preventive front requires more action, more effective action, and this need to be stepped up. The Commission will monitor it on daily basis. DM and SPs have been asked to undertake intensive scrutiny of hooligans, antisocial elements, and they all will be subjected to preventive action. Particularly, they have been asked to assess the communal and caste sensitivities in the Union Territory. And therefore, the Commission has emphasized that we are not fully satisfied with preventive actions. There is a need for more preventive action so that campaigning is peaceful and equal or level playing field is available to all political parties and candidates. We have directed that model code of conduct has to be enforced very, very strictly and uniformly. It will be the personal responsibility of DMs and SPs that no voter is intimidated and no person, howsoever high or low, will be allowed to interfere in the election process. And the Commission will monitor it on real-time basis. Now coming to the expenditure monitoring part, that is distribution of money, liquor, gifts and paid news. The Commission shares with you certain information. We have already mentioned to you that there are 37 flying squads, but this number will be increased significantly in view of the complaints made by political parties about cases of distribution of money and gifts. Likewise, our static surveillance teams and check posts will also need to be strengthened. The Commission shares with you the seizure figures. More than 70 lakh has been seized as cash, and more than 3,800 litre of liquor has been seized However, the Commission is not satisfied with this teaser work because of the feedback given by the political parties. This action needs to be stepped up, and we will just brief you in a moment. As we mentioned last time, our flying squads will be GPS fitted and their actions will be tracked. There is an effective system for intelligence generation and passing on this information to our flying squad and other enforcement agencies for action. Bankers in particular have been asked to provide details of high volume withdrawals and suspected transactions. This is also being coordinated. And for paid news, who knows better than you, our media certification and monitoring committees have been operationalized and cases will be detected and action taken. We have directed Commercial Tax Department, Excise Department, Income Tax Authorities, Chief Electoral Officer and District Election Officers to hold meetings with traders and their associations and to discuss with them and tell them that prevalence of token system will be at their own risk. If use of tokens for distribution of liquor, gifts will be at their own risk. We want to sensitize them first. Another important step that the Commission has taken today in discussion with authorities, that Income Tax Department has strengthened its deployment. There is one Assistant Commissioner, there are 3 Income Tax Officers, and now there are 6 Income Tax Inspectors. And interesting part is, effective part is that all of them have been redesignated as Deputy Director, OSD for investigation purposes. They have set up the control room. They are keeping a very effective and a hawk eye on the cash movements and anybody indulging in such voluminous transaction of gifts, liquor, etc. The Commission has decided that nobody will be allowed to misuse official facilities and official cars by political persons who are holding government positions in various corporations, public undertaking for election campaign purposes. In fact, these vehicles will be asked to be parked by authorities. We have already directed that the medical relief committee will be headed by the Chief Secretary and he will review the cases of emergency medical cases and the payment will be made directly to the hospitals. The permissions to political parties and candidates will be issued within 24 hours. The campaigning time will be up to 10 p.m. Union Territory has done good work.
You mean door-to-door campaign?
No, general time, door-to-door we will talk about later. The Union Territory has done good work with regard to use of IT applications and mobile applications, and some of the details are mentioned in the press note that you will get. One is Thirvu, and under this system 165 complaints were received and 143 have been disposed of. The other one is Udhavi, which is a system for clearance of permission to political parties. So out of 372 applications received, 351 have been disposed of, and the Commission was happy to understand from the political parties that they are also very keen on going through these IT and app system. They seemed very keen. They were keen to understand also from us. There would be facility for e-filing of affidavits and expenditure statements. There are also mobile applications for static surveillance team, flying squads and online compilation. In fact, there are about 8-9 mobile applications that have been deployed by the CO and his machinery, and those are contained in the press note. Briefly coming to the electoral roll, Union Territory has 9.35 lakh voters on its registry. All have elector photo I-cards. The drive that was launched in the month of February has been very useful, and multiple entries, dead entries have been deleted, and our electoral rolls are quite healthy now. In fact, the number of people who have been deleted is more than 3,500. This time photo voter slip distribution will be completed 5 days before the polling day as an invitation to voters and as a measure of facilitation. We have taken measure that all the undistributed photo voter slips will be deposited back with the returning officer in sealed envelope, because there were complaints of undistributed photo voter slips being misused. The number of polling stations is 930, and we are very happy to note that in respect of drinking water, toilets, electricity and shades, all polling stations will be having these facilities. Ramps will also be provided at all polling stations, either temporary or permanent. There would be 60 model polling stations with several additional facilities. For the first time, there would be 17 auxiliary polling stations, which will be all women polling stations. 3 constituencies will be having use of VVPAT at 67 polling stations. You already know about VVPAT. Another interesting and important development in the Union Territory is that all polling stations will be accessible polling stations with regard to persons with disabilities. We mentioned that ramps will be provided. All polling stations are on the ground floor. Physically challenged persons will be helped by NSS volunteers. Braille votes, Braille photo voter slips will also be provided to visually impaired persons. And the most important work that this Union Territory administration, our Chief Electoral Officer, has done is they have mapped persons with disability at every polling station so that they can plan the provisioning of facilities for such persons. The state is well poised for higher level of voting. Last time it was 86% or so, and a number of new initiatives are being taken to take this voting turnout rate to a higher level. And there are many initiatives which are contained in the press note. The most important is that Meghdoot postcard, which will be sent to all domestic households. Probably this is a novel idea. Meghdoot postcards will be sent to all households in this territory as an invitation to voters to come out and cast their votes on polling day. This is a good work, and they are involving masses for enhancing this 86% voter turnout. The Commission is spreading ethical voting campaign through booth awareness groups, which need to be further operationalized. And then there are several facilities for citizens and voters, for helpline, through internet, through mobile apps, which all have been delineated in this press note. One important thing the Commission has ordered this time is that when the EVMs will be stored, there would be a direct CCTV display to the representatives of the political parties who will be camping there until the counting date. And therefore, with this background, the Commission would like to say that there is a need for more preventive action, there is a need for more enforcement action with regard to distribution of freebies in this union territory. The preparedness on other aspects are satisfactory, and in fact good progress has been made by the CEO and his setup. We have directed the officials to remain totally neutral and impartial. The Commission is going to review the conduct and behavior of the officials and will take appropriate actions. There would be level playing field for everybody, and no voter will be denied the opportunity to participate in the election. There would be good level of facilities at all polling stations. Another important thing is that the Commission has directed the Chief Electoral Officer and District Election Officer to keep the voters and stakeholders regularly informed, in fact on daily basis, through media briefing. They will be inviting the media every day, and they will also be holding periodic meeting with political parties regarding facilitation to voters, enforcement action that is being undertaken on day-to-day basis, and various other aspects. It will work as a two-way traffic between media and our agencies. And
புதுச்சேரியில் சட்டப்பேரவை தேர்தல் பணிகள் குறித்த ஆலோசனை மேற்கொண்ட இந்திய தலைமை தேர்தல் ஆணையர் நசீம் சைதி தற்போது செய்தியாளர்களிடம் பேசி வருகிறார். அதில் அரசியல் கட்சிகள் பல்வேறு கோரிக்கைகளையும் பல்வேறு புகார்களையும் முன்வைத்ததாக தெரிவித்தார். அதனை தேர்தல் ஆணையம் ஆய்வு செய்யும் என்று தெரிவித்தார். மேலும் தேர்தல் நேர்மையாக நடைபெறும் என்றும் வாக்குச்சாவடிகளில் முழு பாதுகாப்பு அளிக்க தேர்தல் ஆணையம் உறுதி செய்கிறது உள்ளிட்ட பல்வேறு விதிமுறைகளையும் அவர் தெரிவித்தார். அதன் நேரடி காட்சிகளை பார்த்தோம்.